Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Big changes are happening at Arsenal this summer and big deals are being made. Mikel Arteta has already confirmed 3 signings for the summer and 4 more players are also coming in, making it about 7 to 8 signings for Mikel Arteta this transfer window. The big question is the team getting stronger or weaker? With all the departures and all the incomings, are Arsenal getting really stronger or are we getting weaker? In this video, let's look at how Arsenal will line up with all the new signings that have already been confirmed and all the targets that Arsenal are looking to bring in at left wing, at centre forward and in other areas of the pitch as well. Hit the like button for me. Let me know in the comment box below. What do you think so far? Is Arsenal getting stronger? Are we getting stronger? Is the lineup becoming better? What is left for this team to be considered Champions League worthy? What is left for this team to be considered Premier League worthy? Because Mikel Arteta is in phase 5. And phase 5 means you go and challenge for the Champions League and either win it or you go to the final, you go and try to win the Premier League and maybe lose by 1 point, or you actually win it. Now, if Arsenal didn't lose any player and we didn't sign any player, by the 1st of September, this would be our starting 11 come next season. Arsenal would have Raya in goal, Lewis Kelly at left back, who has just signed a new deal, 5 years. Gabriel Magalhaes has also just signed a new deal until 2029. William Saliba and Julian Timber. Saliba, Gabriel and Timber are injured, but they should be okay to start the new season. Thomas Partey would also be in midfield, obviously. There's no question about that. Together with Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. Up top, Gabriel Martinelli would be part of the players starting in attack, with Kai Havertz leading the line and Bukayo Saka on the right wing. That would be Arsenal's starting 11 if nothing changed. But we know things are changing. We know players are leaving and we know new players are coming in. So how will Arsenal look like with all the confirmed transfers and some of the confirmed rumors? And will the team be strong at the end of this video? We will find out. So the first departure that we can confirm at Arsenal is the fact that Partey will be out of this team. So Partey, there you go, he leaves Arsenal to join another club. He's been a free agent. Arsenal have tried to confirm his extension. They've tried to talk to him, but a deal wasn't agreed. The other thing that we know for certain is that Arsenal will sign a centre forward, and therefore Kai Havertz, despite the fact that he has done well as a makeshift centre forward, will have to either be on the bench or share minutes with someone. Arsenal also will for sure sign a new left winger, and therefore Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard, despite the fact that they've been very good players, will have to make way for new additions. Apart from that, there are speculations about Arsenal signing a new left back, right? There's there is talk that Arsenal are about to sign, to complete the signing of Christian Mosquera, who can also play at Gabriel Magalhaes' position right here. But I don't think Christian Mosquera and Gerard Hato actually easily displace Gabriel and Lewis Kelly in the starting 11, right? But for now, Skelly can be replaced by Hato, and then Gabriel Magalhaes can be replaced by another player. Apart from Saka, Rice, Odegaard, Saliba, Timber, and Raya, the rest of the other players are actually Raya. No, Arsenal are signing a new goalkeeper, not to start, but we are also signing a player in this position, right? So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Arsenal are trying to add 6 players to the squad. Let's see how Arsenal would look like if we added 6 players in these different positions. First and foremost, Kepa would be in goal, right? And I think many Arsenal fans are still disappointed with this signing, but it is one that is actually going to pay off. Now, if you ask me, is Kepa an upgrade to David Raya? Definitely not. But what you have with Kepa, and I really love the sound of this, and I really love the reasoning behind the Kepa signing, is even if Arsenal didn't play Raya, we would be confident that we have a good goalkeeper between the sticks. Remember, goalkeepers become better as they age. It's not the other way around. I mean, you might have midfielders very good at 24, 25, 26. You might have strikers very good at 24, 25, 26. But with goalkeepers, you find a goalkeeper at 30 that is a young goalkeeper that is just starting out his career. So Kepa, Arsenal signed him at the right age where you want your goalkeeper to be signed. And I think he's concentrated and he's got a lot of experience. Does he make Arsenal stronger? Yes, in a way. Let me explain. So why Kepa makes us stronger is this. You don't sign him to start every game, but you sign him to challenge your incumbent goalkeeper. You sign him to show Raya that there is a very worthy goalkeeper to be in goal that is seated on the bench. If you wobble, if you make silly mistakes, let's say, God forbid, but let's say Raya does the Onana mistakes 5 games in a row. Kepa can step in and stabilize Arsenal's season. Let's say Raya becomes David De Gea and every shot that is going on to goal is going into the back of the net. Then you could have Kepa step in. The good thing with Kepa is that he knows the system. He's been playing for Spain. He's been playing for good managers at Chelsea, at Atletico Madrid. He's one of those players that you can fit into this Arsenal team and nothing changes and nothing happens and Arsenal continue on the right trajectory. So that one, yes, Arsenal are strengthening. A good backup goalkeeper that will keep our goalkeeper alert, number one. And number two, he can come in at any time and provide us with good quality. Then at left back, Arsenal have been looking at Jorel Hato. Jorel Hato is one of these players that, let's put him number 30, right? So we've been looking at Jorel Hato, and there is a question whether Hato is better than Lewis Skelly. Is he an upgrade on Lewis Skelly or not? This one is a difficult one because both of them are very, very young and none of them can say is experienced or has a lot of minutes under his belt or anything like that. In terms of pure talent, both of them are naturally talented. But Lewis Skelly has got something over Jorel Hato. He has played in the Premier League for one good season, and he has played successfully, and he has played under Mikel Arteta. Those are two things. He has played in a Mikel Arteta system, he has played in the Premier League, and he has proven himself on one of the biggest stages, which is the UEFA Champions League. So at the moment, Lewis Skelly would be ahead of Jorel Hato, unless Arsenal signed another player. But if you ask me between Skelly and Jorel Hato, definitely it's going to be, for me, Skelly. But why this is a very good signing and why Arsenal fans should be excited about Hato if he comes in is this. Again, you're having Hato really push Skelly. It's either Skelly is going to become too good or Jorel Hato is going to become too good. That kind of competition. You're pairing 19-year-olds together that are supersonically talented. You're going to have drastic results. So again, this is to the benefit of Arsenal. Is Hato better than Zinchenko defensively? Yes. Is Hato better than Kieran Tierney at left back? Arguably, but I don't think he's better. But I think with Kieran Tierney, with his injuries and the availability of Hato, better. Better than Calafiori? For me, at left back, yes. So Arsenal would be getting another player that allows you to rotate Skelly and you don't become scared. Maybe on Sunday, we are playing Manchester City and in midweek, we have, let's say, Ajax in the Champions League. You play Jorel Hato, the same quality at left back, and everything is the same. And then on Sunday, you can play Lewis Skelly. So that, again, is a point of strength for Arsenal. And then now there is Christian Mosquera. Christian Mosquera would be coming in. Sorry about this. Christian Mosquera would be coming in to replace Saliba, actually. Not to replace, but he would be signed as a backup to William Saliba. And then Gabriel obviously comes back in the starting 11. Sorry about that. Now, Christian Mosquera is not an upgrade in any way, shape, or form to William Saliba. But again, he offers Arsenal something that Arsenal didn't have in the past. And we saw this in the summer of, not in the summer, but in the 22-23 season. Arsenal tried to win the Premier League, and an injury to Saliba broke this backline down. In the 24-25 campaign, which is last season, Arsenal were again trying to chase Liverpool, and Gabriel Magalhaes broke down, and the backline broke down. So what Mikel Arteta has noticed is this. When one of these two young boys, Gabriel or Saliba, disappears, the partnership dies, and everything goes down. So what he has done, he has brought in someone that is not too experienced, but someone that has got that talent. The talent is there. His talent can match Saliba's talent, and his talent can match Gabriel Magalhaes' talent. But of course, Saliba and Gabriel have gone through a lot of minutes and hours of partnership and being grilled by Premier League attackers and Champions League attackers for them to be at the level that they are at. But in games why Christian Mosquera makes Arsenal stronger, in games where Saliba has to be rested, you can rest him because you have a player that you can actually bring in without sacrificing the quality of William Saliba. I expect Saliba to start almost each and every game, but Mosquera will get his chance, and he's also one of those that can play anywhere here. You can swap him with Gabi, you can also swap him with Saliba, and he will be doing very well. Again, that makes Arsenal stronger. Now, in midfield, Partey is gone. And according to many of the sources and rumors, the natural replacement to Partey is actually Christian Nogard. And if that is true, Christian Nogard replacing Partey would be the first clear decline in quality without a doubt. For me, Christian Nogard doesn't come close to Partey in any way, shape, or form. Partey is a monster, is a beast, and he's a king when it comes to DMs. Christian Nogard is not a bad player. Now, I don't want you to say, because you said it's a good signing. Now you're saying it's a bad signing. It's not a bad signing. But this is how it becomes a good signing. Christian Nogard does not replace Partey directly, but Martin Zubimendi does. And I'm going to explain why Zubimendi actually is a much better DM for Arsenal come next season than Thomas Partey. So if Zubimendi is the one that replaces Partey, then it's not an upgrade as such. I don't want people to say, an upgrade? He's an upgrade? We're not really talking about upgrades and downgrades here between Partey and Zubimendi. But we're talking about, does this solve a fundamental problem that Arsenal had even with Partey? And that fundamental problem is quicker penetration and quicker build-ups. Zubimendi solves that problem, right? So if he solves that problem, then that means he makes this Arsenal team stronger. And where Christian Nogard then becomes a very, very important player is Christian Nogard is actually closer. Where are you? Where are you, Christian Nogard? Here we are. So he's closer to Zubimendi in terms of his profile than he is to Partey. So if you try to compare him to Partey, it's a downgrade, it's a bad signing. But if you try to compare him to Zubimendi, that's when it makes sense. Think about this. We have played Brentford before, and we have watched Brentford for the last 3 years, right? Do Brentford really play lethargic football? I want you to picture Mbeumo, Ivan Toney, Frank Onyeka, Johan Wissa, Christian Nogard, Mikkel Damsgaard. Is that a slot team? Like when you remember Brentford, are they a slot team? Is it in build-up? Is it in transitions? Are they a slot team? They are not. And that means that Christian Nogard has got the ability to move the ball at a terrifying pace in midfield. Again, these two make Arsenal stronger. At centre forward, there are two options. Gyökeres and Šeško. Right? Now, for me, whoever comes in, he would be an upgrade to Kai Havertz. So they instantly make Arsenal stronger. But these are the arguments that I would put forward for each of them. In terms of beating low blocks and in terms of beating, mid blocks, I think Šeško is a quicker player. and he would actually help Arsenal in beating mid-blocks and just making sure that we exploit spaces in behind. But in terms of the general striker abilities, Gyökeres is a beast, man. Gyökeres is an absolute freak of a player. Like, how dare you score 50 goals in 50 games and you're not king, right? Do you want to be beheaded, man? So Gyökeres for me is a clear upgrade. If Arsenal go for Gyökeres, don't have a problem with that. It's a good signing. But if Arsenal went for Šeško, I would understand as well. So this is an upgrade. And then on the left wing, you could have Eze. Now Eze obviously is closer to the midfield. He would be a left winger, but who plays closer to the midfield. Anthony Gordon, one of those left wingers that play far away from the midfield. Kudus, a bit, as well. And then Rodrigo, and of course you've got the likes of Morgan Rogers and the others. But if you ask me, we might see, I think Gordon might not happen. We might see Rodrigo, Eze, or Kudus. These are the three that I think Arsenal might actually end up with in their list. And they're all very exciting players. Eberich Eze strengthened the team in so many ways. One, is a creative midfielder, takes the load off Martin Odegaard, can also play on the left wing. Gordon is a much bigger upgrade who is Premier League proven to Trossard and Martinelli. And Rodrigo is just a superb signing that if Arsenal brought him in, we would be making rivals talk. So this is how Arsenal would line up with all the transfers that we're linked with at the moment and all the confirmed transfers as well. Is this stronger? Well, if you picture this and then you think about what Arsenal have already, this is stronger. This team is just getting better.